Hey everyone, oh my god, I just spilled my tea. It's Chala. Logan, I need your help. Our beautiful chair has tea spilt on it. This is live. I need your help.
This is why you don't do lives. Don't follow my mom's advice.
All right, so you either come and do the live or you help me with the rag. Can you bring?
I can help.
Yeah, okay. Oh my god, you guys, this is what a crazy start. I had like back-to-back meetings. It's like night. You can see it's like night here, and
It
yeah,
is
like,
night.
could you get me the towel before you start helping yourself to food? Could you please? Oh my god. Okay. And as soon as I'm done this, I'm running into. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I totally need it. Oh, Ken, hello. I just spilled my tea. Thank you. Oh my god. All right, so I'm gonna have to rescue this chair afterwards. It's like, I love this chair. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we're gonna talk about LinkedIn rejections. We're not gonna talk about the things that can go wrong on a live like this and how many people have had to like rescue a chair during their live. All right. Okay, so let's talk about LinkedIn rejections. Here's a message I got from a prospect that I cold emailed because I've flipped all my funnels to online, and LinkedIn is a great source of business for me, great source of income. Now, before I start, I'm gonna take a sip and try not to spill it, right? Okay, let me get serious because I have to do my live and then I have to like slide into a parent-teacher meeting that's on Zoom. Anyway, okay. So here's the response that we got. And normally what our teams are doing is, and hopefully some of you have actually come from LinkedIn to this group and are actually signed up for the bootcamp that's happening next week. But I have a social media team, social selling team, who is doing outreach to my actual prospects who we think might need our help. So here's what we usually say is we start with hi, how are you doing? You know, introduce ourselves, say something interesting about their profile or their company or their business, ask a few questions, and then, and then we can start to ask them questions more directed towards qualifying them or finding out if they have a need for us or if they have a want for us. But really the beginning is just to say, hey, how are you, right? It's just like any other networking. I'm just checking the chair here, sorry. I feel terrible with the chair. Okay, so once we do that, we get some people accept our invitation to connect, or they don't, they ignore it, or they write something back after they accept. So this is what the gentleman accepted, and then he wrote this. He said, nice to meet you too, except if you're selling something. And that's all he said. Right? So this became the title of tonight's Tuesday Tea Time with Chala because it's so interesting. All the things that are revealed are all the things that my clients are struggling with. Whenever I say to them, LinkedIn has millions, billions of potential prospects. And even if you were to get like 0.5% of that, you would have more than you could handle. They're in resistance to it because of messages like this. So I wanted to dig deeper into this. And I was like, wow, okay. And so I was amazed for a whole huge number of reasons. So here are some of the reasons that I thought about when I got this message about why this is a bad thing that this guy wrote this back to me. One, what if he needed my services? What if he actually needed my help? He has no way of knowing because we never even talked about my services, right? The second reason why I was so amazed why this guy said, yeah, hi, except if you're trying to sell me something was, what if I needed his services? What if we got to talking and I actually needed him, right? The third reason why I was so surprised is what if I could connect him to someone who could help him? If I couldn't help him, what if I could connect him? And I do this for my clients. My client today, I spoke to today, just told me that one of the reasons why she loves to work with me is because I have so many different resources at my fingertips because, guys, I'm constantly networking. I'm on podcasts nonstop. I'm constantly, 90% of my time is spent on either sales calls or sales prospecting or marketing. And the rest of the time is spent with clients. So the client time is like 10% of my time. So I know a lot of people. So what if I could have connected him with someone? Reason number 4 why I thought that was a bad reply was, what if he could learn from what I did in my outreach to use in case his funnels dried up? I didn't used to need LinkedIn funnels before COVID. I used to get up on stage, I used to speak in front of audiences and convert conference goers into high ticket paying items, or paying clients, paying high ticket paying programs. And what ended up happening was, whenever I used to get messaged on LinkedIn, I didn't used to respond because I knew what they were trying to do, or I wasn't interested, or I had no time, or whatever. But I didn't respond. I never responded with, I'd like to connect unless if you're selling something to me, which is very, very bizarre because you're on LinkedIn. What else would you have except either to exchange information or services that are related to growing your business? Why would you be even connecting with someone, right? So another reason why, and I listed all the reasons and I broke it down so that I want to teach you about the mindset of selling, because if you're stopping yourself from selling on LinkedIn or anything, there are really, deeper issues there. So that's why I'm breaking it down for you. So when this guy said, great to connect with you, except if you're selling something to me, another reason why I thought this was, not a good response was, what if he was so closed off that his paranoia about being sold to is keeping him back in his business in some way, right? And what if the reason number 6 of why it was a bad response is, what if he feared being sold to and that reflected on how he sold? So all business owners have to be selling all the time, every day, in some way, shape, or form, to everyone, really. And if you're afraid of selling, if you're afraid of being sold to, what does that say about when you're trying to sell to someone? And maybe his funnels are different. Maybe his audience is different. Maybe he doesn't sell on LinkedIn. That's fine. But I have never met a successful business owner who doesn't sell in some way, shape, or form. So how does he survive if he has such a negative mentality about selling and being sold to? It's one of the biggest lessons I learned from my coach. What if he could just not respond at all, instead of placing blame, shame, or playing sort of the victim of being sold to, so that he can keep his reputation and his energy level, right? So these are 2 different things, but I talk about both of them. So the reputation is, like, I'm not gonna target him, label him, or out him. But if I remembered his name, and if it was a small network, and if his name came up, I wouldn't have a favorable impression of him. And so if it came time to influence any type of decision making for his company to move forward with my networks, that is not a good reputation to have, to throw something negative about selling that way, right? Or even about connections or about networking. So I feel that if you have something, how the old adage is, if you have something negative to say, don't say anything at all. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. So in my book, that's what it would come to. Now, the energy of it is, everything's a mindset. I sit down when I prospect on LinkedIn with a mindset of, I'm going to connect with 3 decision makers today who want to get on the phone and talk to me. And if his, energy is not a positive one, it's not a selling one, it's not intentional, then, I believe that he will attract people who are of that same suspicious, negative nature, that he's just going to be attracting that energy, and that is just not the kind of energy that sells. It's not attractive at all. It's not positive. It's not attractive. So the bottom line is, treat people like you want to be treated. If you were reaching out for any reason to anyone, and if somebody said that to you, that is not something you would want to be on the receiving end of. So anytime you treat people, and this is in sales, in life, in anything, whether you're approaching people or they're approaching you, treat them the way you want to be treated. Even when in Canada we have a service provider, a phone, a cell, home phone, and the internet provider, it's called Rogers. They've been calling my phone 5 times a day. I have no idea what's going on. I talked to them once and I said, please, like, I'm fine. They're trying to upgrade my service or whatever it is. I said, I'm fine. I just got it a year ago. I'm doing well. Thank you very much. No need to call again. But they must have a bot or something. And they continue, and it's different people who are calling me at different times of the day. And I keep saying, please stop, please stop calling. But I'm courteous about it. I'm laughing about it. I'm like, please take me off your service, because it's not about them. It's not about hurting another human being, right? So please treat salespeople or any people. It doesn't matter if they are, catching you coming off the plane in the Caribbean and trying to sell you something that you don't want. It doesn't matter if they're trying to link in with you. It doesn't matter if they're cold calling you. It doesn't matter if they wake you up in the middle of the night. That would be harder to hold on to my to my dignity, but I try always to treat other people the way that I want to be treated. And if you have any triggers around sales, the first thing that I learned from my sales coach is it's about you, and it is stopping your ability to sell, because there is a fundamental belief around sales that you have that is around rejection, that is around not service, that is negative, that you are also going to be reflecting when you're trying to sell. It was words of gold and wisdom. I have never felt more comfortable about sales than I ever did after that training. And I don't see sales as selling. I see it as putting an opportunity in front of someone. And if they can't even see that it could be an opportunity to help them, they can't even reach that for that help or for that resource. Okay, so just a few more tips before I let you go about, my this LinkedIn rejection that I got, which isn't really a rejection because we never even got to talk about anything. I never got to even offer anything. It was just like this, broad stroke of just, I don't want to talk to anybody who's selling anything to me. There are 660 plus million users, and half of them are active on LinkedIn. And CEOs are actively looking, scrolling for content on B2B services and products on LinkedIn. This is what they use it for. They literally are looking for content. So if you're still in resistance to produce, to figure out your super niche, to figure out your focus and figure out what your thought leadership super niche is about, then you can't produce content. And if you're in resistance about producing content, you are missing the boat, my friends. Because LinkedIn CEOs are sitting there looking for content. And 40% of all LinkedIn users use it daily. So you gotta have fresh content, you guys. Even if you don't have fresh content, just have it once a week. It's better than nothing. And then only 0.2% have published an article. 0.2% of the users have published an article. What does that tell you? What does that tell you about differentiation? That's different. If you publish, if you do anything, that's why these LinkedIn Lives are so amazing. If you're doing anything at all that's visible on LinkedIn, you are gonna get noticed, and people are gonna be interested in talking to you. So that's all I have to say about the topic. I want you to think about how you respond on LinkedIn. I want you to take a good look at your own contacts on LinkedIn. There is money literally sitting in your inbox in LinkedIn. Just look at all the people that you've ever had a conversation with. Go back years and years and years and years, which is what I did. And I literally started having connection meetings, hopping on connection calls with them, 10 minutes to catch up. And so many new clients and projects came out of it. I cannot even tell you. And please, whatever you do, do not reject anyone. If you need to say something bad or negative, similar to what this guy said, just remain silent. Say nothing at all, All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night, and I hope the stain comes out of this chair for my tea. And yeah, wish me luck. I'm going to join the parent-teacher interview. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to tell you guys, of course, please join me on Thursday at 2 p.m. if you've registered for the B2B Elevator Pitch Bootcamp starting Monday. Please go to, thanks Roxanne, please go to www.repositioner.com/bootcamp, and that's for the bootcamp. And then once you register, you're going to be seeing the mini masterminds that I've been doing every Friday. Except this Friday, I'm going away with my sister and my mom to an island. So we're going like 3 hours away out of the city. All three of us live in different cities, so we're meeting in the middle. We're gonna take a ferry. I'm gonna pick up my 80-year-old mom from the train, and then we're all gonna get on the ferry, and then we're gonna go to an Airbnb on an island. It's called Thousand Islands. It's on Wolf Island, so we're really excited. We do this usually, you know, without COVID, every single year. So this year we're gonna do it again, and that's why Friday I can't do the mini mastermind, but I'm doing it on Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and the topic is a really hot one, you guys. It's where to find corporate decision makers during COVID. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? So I want you to come and join me, see that little mini mastermind, and then in order to see the mini mastermind and get that Zoom link, you need to register for the bootcamp, my friends. So go ahead, register, and I will see you all there. I cannot wait to talk to you again. All the best. Bye-bye.